Greetings from the Forest of Dean. I'm here, I'm following a horse-drawn tramway, or the remains of a horse-drawn tramway. It was called the Oakwood Tramway because it followed the Oakwood Valley. And as you can see from the lack of water in the stream next to the tramway, we haven't had any rain again yet. So everything is dry as anything. In fact, we're covered by smoke from the fires over near Abergavenny at the moment. And my first video I posted about 2 weeks ago, and it's not going viral, but it's getting a few views, more views than I was expecting. So I thought, well, I ought to do a follow-up, but easier said than done at the moment because it's right in the middle of the school holidays. And in the real world, I run a small cinema, so it means I'm pretty much working all day, every day. So I thought, well, I'll just go out and grab a couple of minutes and see if I can't put a follow-up video on. So this is on the Oakwood Tramway. According to the map, there were some tunnels along here that led to a series of quarries on the opposite side of the road, which you can hear just to my left. It doesn't take me much excuse to try and find a reason to go underground, or at least try and go underground. I doubt if I'm going to get underground here today. So there, you can see one of the tunnels. If you look closely, you can see the stone archway literally just below the road. And they've completely blocked the entrance with a massive block of concrete. Probably they thought the tunnel was collapsing, so they've reinforced it to stop the road collapsing. So I'm going to carry on up the road a little way, or the track, see if we can find any of the others. See, that's a pretty good candidate for where number 2 was. And as you can see, that one's completely filled, so there's nothing there at all. See if we can find the third one. Yeah, so the quarries obviously needed to get their stone away. The road was in the way between them and the tramway, so they dug tunnels to get under the road. There's a great big slab of stone there for some purpose. I don't know what that would have been for. Maybe they had a winding engine mounted on it. Can't see any bolt holes. So tunnels under the road, get to the tramway. The tramway can take the stone down into the nearest village, which is only a few hundred yards down, which is Parkend, and Parkend had a railway connection. And so that gets it onto the GWR and away. Now this was also the same tram road that took away the iron ore from the mine I was in last week. So I'm sort of keeping an eye out to see if there's any iron ore on the floor that's fallen off the wagons. Oh, well, there we go. That's iron ore. It's pretty heavy. Another chunk there. Yeah, it might be iron ore as well. A little bit of pinky stone from the iron mines. Again, very pink stone there from the iron mines. It's got a lot of iron in it. And just there is one of the railway sleepers. The tram roads, instead of using wooden sleepers, they tended to use stone blocks and then bolt the rails down to the stone blocks. You can see where the rail was bolted down. There would have been a cast iron shoe of some kind that the rail was sat in. And there's another one there. On that one you can see where the bolt holes went. There we go, if I show the camera at it. And another. And another one there. More bits of iron ore up to the streamway. There's some, if I can get that to focus, that looks like smelting slag from a furnace. You see how that looks to be a bit melted? It looks like slag to me. Get more sleeper blocks. Oh, and another one, you can see the holes in that one quite clearly. Bit overgrown this section. We've got another cutting going into the side on the left. So that could be where the third tunnel was. Yeah, I think so. We've got these retaining walls at either side. There's another one over there, look. Another section of retaining wall there, but again well and truly filled in. Now what I might do is clamber up the bank. I'll turn the camera off, I'll clamber up the bank, go over the road and see if there's any trace of them on the other side of the road. So bear with me, I'll turn the camera on in a minute. Well, that sounded simple. Clamber up the bank, across the road, That bank was steeper than it looks, and it was covered in nettles and brambles. But we're here now. I think that was probably where the third tunnel was, but we're a lot higher. There's an awful lot of stone that's been piled in here, so there's no trace of that left. Nice growth of Japanese knotweed. That'll be everywhere soon. Oh, more brambles. Lots and lots of rock, as you'd expect in a quarry. Like a big Jenga set there, piled up haphazardly. Right, I'm gonna turn the camera off again and see if I can get round the corner. So where we are now, clambered over a barrier between two of the quarries, and there's a section that's taken us downhill. So hopefully that might mean there's a chance that the portal is still visible. You can see the quarry face just there. It's interesting walking. Sorry about the jolt, I had to jump there. Another dead tree to climb over. Not looking very promising. I'm getting back to near where the road is, but there's still big jumbos of boulders. Right, I'll turn the camera off while I try and clamber over this massive branch. Well, I made it through the branches. Back where I'm pretty sure I started almost. See that tree perched on top of that little stack of rock? And the roots of that one sticking out from the ground. So I can see I'm just back at the road. This is where the tunnel would have been. But absolutely no sign of it. And if I take you to the road, you'll be able to see on the opposite side of the road the railings that guard the other side. So that's where I started, that's where the first tunnel was. So, a valiant attempt at getting underground, but it didn't work today. So we'll hope you like it. If you do, obviously press a like, subscribe, something like that, as everybody else says. And we'll try again another day. Cheers.